Alfred Teleferro, Mr. Teleferro TV. How's everybody doing? Shout out to everybody that tuned into that live stream and heard me drop that jaw-breaking announcement. Don't tell anybody, but just know we told a lot of people in that live stream, over 1,000 people both days combined. We told some announcements. We told some things. All right, let's get into it. All right, so you never want to hear stories like this. You never want to wake up to stories like this when you're talking about somebody who's relevant to our culture, but at the same time, you want justice to be served. All right, we're talking about Troy Ave shooting. For those who don't remember, back what was that last summer in May, Troy Ave was injured in a shooting at Irving Plaza, a venue for performances, a venue that it does a lot of things, but this time rappers had the venue. Ti was performing, and what the thing was Ti was bringing out Troy Ave, Uncle Murder, Mano. He had a lot of guests backstage, right? So the fans didn't even know these guys were going to be a part of the performance. So a shooting took place. You've seen the footage. Teleferro did coverage, even though I didn't have nearly as many subscribers as I do now. I did some coverage on it, and you seen Troy Ave. It looks like he was shooting back at someone, and it resulted in the loss of his bodyguard, Ronald McFadder. All right. First and foremost, still prayers to his family. I know it's still very surreal. With that being said, Troy Ave was later arrested, gun charge, and they're trying to connect him to murder. He's got a trial coming up soon, and I mean he's out right now. He's out of jail. He's gotten shot again since he's been out, but right now, a lot of people in the social media world, and social media is such a crazy place. You don't know what to believe. You don't know what not to believe. But anyways, there had been rumblings that podcaster of tax season, TAXSTONE, was connected in this shooting in some kind of way, and people was asking me, "Can you do some coverage on that?" No, we don't speculate around here, especially when it involves somebody dying. All right, it's one thing when we're speculating who's the best in hip hop. We're talking about something that ended up in the death of another person. That's just not something I take lightly, and you don't wish a murder charge on anybody, especially if they're innocent. Now, in this situation, we still don't know what's TAXSTONE role in that situation, but social media. Many people believe TAXSTONE had something to do with this murder. I don't know. I'm not going to convict that man. God, prayers be with that man, but he's been arrested this morning. U.S. Marshals, NBC reports U.S. Marshals and task force arrested TAXSTONE in Brooklyn at his auntie's house. He's wanted on a federal charge that, a firearm. You cannot have firearms in New York. You cannot have firearms in New York. And they're also trying to connect him to this Irving Plaza shooting. All right, again, that shooting happened in the green room. And, man, it's definitely a loss for hip-hop right now. Hopefully he's able to, get out sooner rather than later, bond or whatever. But man, right now it's very very alarming, man, because tax season had become one of the most prevalent hip hop podcasts. I mean, you talking about TAXSTONE? He had two of the most important podcasts of 2016 last year, Beanie Single episode, and he also had the Meek Mill episode where he interviewed Meek Mill for almost 2 hours in a rape. All right, you can't underlie his impact with hip hop in 2016 and what he had going forward. I was told that he was just about to celebrate his 2-year anniversary of tax season. So it's definitely a big blow. Nothing but prayers to that brother. I hope everything goes in his favor. But, I mean, this is something that the internet had been saying since the shooting. People have come out, did interviews saying, look, man, TAXSTONE was a part of that shooting in some fashion. You hope that this is not the case, but, I mean, hey, man, it's going to be tough. It's definitely going to be tough. A lot of people believe that Troy Ave had been innocent. He was literally firing back in self-defense. A lot of people believe Troy Ave is not a great person, but they believe that this wasn't his battle. If you think he wasn't a great person, this wasn't your war. This wasn't what this one was about. But I mean, TAXSTONE has been arrested and for a firearm in connection with the shooting in Irving Plaza, and they're trying to investigate him and see if he had anything to do with the actual shooting of Ronald McFadder. All right. After Teleferro, Mr. Teleferro TV, what do you think about these events that have taken place and what has transpired, man? Very unfortunate event. Also, let me set off this disclaimer. I say prayers and best wishes to peaceful people, but if the person had something to do with it in any murder, in any investigation, we want him locked up, all right? We want him locked up. That's the right thing to say and the right thing to do. Alfred Teleferro, Mr. Teleferro TV, thank you for the time, love, and support. Salute. I'm out.